Right now at 6, fire trucks battling intense flames near Pickwick, and a home is considered a total loss.
And another historic ruling from Wisconsin Supreme Court. A century-old ban struck down.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski. A quick moving fire near Pickwick. You can see from our video the house is a total loss. Now the flames breaking out on County Road 7. 6 trucks from around the area were on scene battling the blaze. Right now, no word on injuries or a potential cause. We still have a crew on the scene.
The biggest issue we have out in the countryside, out here in rural America, is when a fire starts like this, they don't necessarily get noticed. They aren't seen. Everybody's off to work and whatever else. When it's finally noticed, oftentimes it's too late.
And we'll pass along any updates as we get them.
In Madison, a monumental move.
The Supreme Court striking down a long-standing abortion ban. News 8 Now's Grace Monk is in the newsroom with reaction tonight.
The Wisconsin Supreme Court has struck down a centuries-old abortion ban today, saying newer state laws are in place. The court's liberal majority ruled 4-3 on Wisconsin's 19th century near-total abortion ban. The decision voids the 1849 law that made it a felony for any person other than the mother to intentionally destroy the life of an unborn child. The court's ruling says the ban can't be enforced because newer laws contradict it.
Some of those are about at what times an abortion can be performed. Some of those require informed consent.
The ban was in effect until 1973 when the Supreme Court's Roe v. Wade decision legalized abortion nationwide. Since then, pro-life advocates argued that the decision to overturn Roe in 2022 reactivated the ban. According to Rhodes, the ruling is final and can't be challenged.
The law is basically null and void at this point. So there would probably have to be additional legislation that were passed to renew the law if legislators so chose to.
The decision sparked reaction from groups across Wisconsin that are both for the abortion ban and against it.
Have that confirmation that they need to be able to seek the care that they need when they need it, and for providers to be able to provide that care and do their jobs without fear of prosecutions.
Abortion has been a huge issue for them politically, and we're really unfortunate that they've taken their personal preferences on abortion and made that the law of the land here in our state.
Both groups say the fight for legislation regarding abortion is far from over. Right now, elective abortions remain legal in Wisconsin up to 20 weeks of pregnancy. Reporting in the newsroom, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
All right, thank you, Grace. Well, it was a warm one today. I went on a jog and had to slow down to a soft jog because it was really hot, had to catch my breath.
Yeah.
And Greg, that wasn't funny, Greg. To you.
All right. Well, yeah, it was warm, a little bit more humid, but typically we still got some thunderstorms to deal with this evening. As I mentioned yesterday, we're going to have some widely scattered activity out there. Most areas will remain dry, but right now there's 2 areas, one to the north of Rusk County towards Ladysmith. The other area is just to the southwest, and both those areas will probably continue to see some thunderstorm activity until about 9 p.m. You can see that line showing up right there. As we kind of zoom in, the line basically just southeast of south of Rochester, heading towards north of Decorah. So areas going towards South Lansing, maybe into Crawford County, eventually might see some activity there. Further north, some activity is just kind of trying to hold together, but just more showers as it kind of approaches Ladysmith area. So Rusk County might see some of that activity too. Once again, once the sun sets, a lot of this will diminish. Now overall, our high temperatures were in the mid to upper 80s, just a tad above average for most locations. Overnight, as this evening goes, Eau Claire, the stuff's kind of off to the center there. We're going to look at basically dry conditions too. Now La Crosse, they do have a tendency to see maybe that shower or storm, but I think the chances are just to the south and west. It will remain warm as we go throughout. Those are your overnight lows, pretty typical for this time of year. And the sparkler forecast, we actually improved that a little bit. And I'll tell you why. It's getting a little bit better later in the broadcast.
All right.
Ooh,
thanks,
good.
Greg.
Well, Riverfest is officially open in La Crosse.
It sure is. Let's get a live look. There is, of course, music, food vendors, a beer garden, and more. The yearly summer festival started in 1983, kicked off today with the traditional flag raising at Riverside Park. Also on hand, the Commodores and First Mates.
It's just such great tradition and so much to do, not only here in the music area, music and food and beverage area, but the kids area too. Our kids are already excited to check out the train going around, the bounce houses, there's magicians and a hypnotist here, so much to do.
Dustin looking sharp. The fest runs until Saturday. Buttons are available at $15. That'll be at Citizen State Bank or at Quick Trip. They give you free access to the fest.
Country singer Cody Webb is performing tonight. He's opened for Morgan Wallen and co-wrote a song with Luke Combs.
Webb stopped by our studio to let us know what we can expect.
Well, I've been writing my whole life, but this past year I've been writing tons of songs, and I'm going to try some new ones out tonight. It's going to be a high-energy show. I got the guys with me, and they're all incredible. It's just going to be a fun time. It's going to be a blast.
So Webb will hit the stage tonight at 10. Prosecutors will seek a harsher penalty for the woman accused of killing baby Angel. Jennifer Bakley is accused in the death of the newborn baby in 2011. DNA evidence suggested to authorities the baby was Bakley's. Filings with the Winona County Court show the state will seek a more severe sentence if she's convicted. She's currently free on a $20,000 bond.
The Toma Health Community Foundation is helping keep families together in Monroe County. Officials announced a donation to Families First of Monroe County, an agency that reunites families separated by Child Protective Services. The foundation funds parent reunification classes for families working to get back together. Families First is part of Monroe County's Reunification Task Force, a group of agencies that develop strategies to reunite separated families.
So I think parenting really as a practice has a lot of room for growth in terms of being a communal kind of practice. So we're hoping to build community and build a supportive network for parents in general, whether they were struggling or whether they're not.
Officials say children who experience family separation often face lifelong challenges, making reunification support critical for their well-being.
Well, the new superintendent of Onalaska Schools is settling in this week. Ben Barton previously served as superintendent for Caledonia and Princeton Public Schools in Minnesota. He was also principal at La Crescent Middle School. Today, we talked to him about his plans for the future of the district.
Working together for high levels of learnings for all. Right? That's our mission. You start with that end in mind. We work together to build an effective team that utilizes best practices in what we do. And then we create a game plan and we implement that game plan.
He says the position is a dream opportunity for him and his family.
The DNR is offering up safety tips ahead of the 4th of July weekend, specifically camping in the hot weather.
Make those necessary arrangements to, have water, stay hydrated, protect yourself from the sun, and just be aware of your surroundings and the weather, because things can change quickly and at this time of year.
Pedretti says most campsites are booked up by now, but check the DNR website for cancellations. Families in the West Salem area got an up-close look at the Hazel Brown Library today, thanks to a visit from Bruce the Bug Guy. Bruce the Bug Guy offers different live shows with the goal of making science fun, one bug at a time.
Basically, I like to engage the audience in my show. So I bring an assortment of different live bugs. They're all specially chosen because they're large, they're slow, they're durable, and they're fairly easy to keep under control.
This is his second visit to the library.
Still ahead, Wisconsin Republicans on the verge of sending a state budget to the governor.
And a debate over purchasing Pope Leo's childhood home, what the village board is planning to do with the property when we come back.
Ashley's Stars and Stripes sale is going on now. Create your stylish summer sanctuary for less with Hot Buys now just $6.99. For a limited time, you can save up to $1,000 store-wide. Shop more Stars and Stripes deals in-store and online. Only at Ashley.
Right now at US Cellular, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90.
Hey, we're tired of having the wool pulled over our eyes with these hidden requirements. What aren't we seeing?
Yeah. Do we get our choice of free phones?
Yep, you get the latest phones.
I bet we have to trade in our old phones, though.
Nope, sure don't.
Wow.
High five. Almost. Higher. Yes. Nope.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
Save big at Hy-Vee during the Red, White, and Barbecue sale, Wednesday through Sunday. Our special recipe brats, 4 for $5. Get free Oscar Mayer hot dogs when you buy 8 ground beef patties. Watermelon, just $3.98. Pepsi 6-packs, just $2.50 each when you buy 4. Save on Frito-Lay snacks. Pork shoulder roast. Bush's beans. 24 packs of water. Plus other great deals on Pepsi and Coke. In-store and online, Wednesday through Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
Isn't it time you turn your backyard into the oasis you've always wanted? Come to La Crosse Fireplace Company and find your outdoor setup. Imagine gathering with family and friends around your wood-fired pizza oven. Sit back and relax around your new fire table. Available in different sizes and styles to fit your lifestyle and budget. Stop in this month and receive 15% off all in-stock outdoor products. La Crosse Fireplace Company, because your place is outside by the fire.
Ashley's July 4th weekend deals are here. Now through Monday, shop incredible doorbusters starting at just $3.99 or save up to 25% off your entire purchase. Plus, no interest for 60 months with no down payment. Only at Ashley.
Wisconsin Republicans are on the verge of sending a state budget to Governor Evers. Republicans and Evers struck a deal this week on a budget that includes the second largest tax cut in state history and funding for child care and K-12 education. Now, Assembly Republicans can pass it without Democratic support, but Democrats are needed to pass it in the Senate. Assembly Speaker Robin Vos says he's proud of this deal and thanked the governor's office for working with the Republican caucus.
It really took both sides to come to the table, listen to the other, and try to be able to put our differences aside and focus on what brings us together. There are easy wins in this budget no matter what part of the state you live in.
Democratic legislators say the deal is not perfect, but it's better than where talks were a few weeks ago. Reporters today asked the Assembly Minority Leader whether voting no is disrespectful to the governor and senators who negotiated the bill.
We are in a better place, and we appreciate that work, but we were not at the table in this negotiation, and I am not going to give my vote to a budget that doesn't meet the needs of my community.
Now, lawmakers are rushing to get this budget signed before President Trump's bill passes. Wisconsin's budget would raise the amount of money they get from the federal government to cover hospital costs. But if Trump's bill passes first, Wisconsin can't do that, which lawmakers believe could force rural hospitals statewide to close. Right now, the state budget is still up for debate.
Well, what was once an average home in Chicago's south suburbs has now received national attention for being the childhood home of Pope Leo. The Dolton Village Board voted unanimously to purchase the home, calling it a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
A unanimous vote by the village's Board of Trustees now giving Dolton the green light to purchase Pope Leo XIV's childhood home directly from the owner.
I don't know how I'm really supposed to express about you all wanting to get the house.
It came with some pushback from several people in the community.
We need to be mindful of addressing the issues that the city has while we're trying to address the debts and the lawsuits. I'm not sure that this is the first priority.
As a practicing Catholic, I see no reason why you want to buy that house. The house inside does not look anything like it did when Father Prevost lived there.
One longtime resident saying the lack of a police chief and fire chief is more important.
Purchasing the Pope's residence or these two addresses is admirable, but with the state we're in right now, I guess my concern is, do we have the money?
Before finalizing the deal, Mayor Jason House addressing those concerns and ensuring it will bring much needed state and congressional funding to Dolton.
Some are talking about the repair of our streets, current infrastructure, and back bills. We are fully committed and will be doing both.
The mayor agreeing with some trustees who compared it to the homes of other popes and how it's only benefited those communities.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. We can either seize this moment and move it forward, or we can let that moment go to an investor. I would like for our community to get the benefits of this opportunity and work together.
The village estimates the sale will close within the next 2 weeks.
We will have more news ahead.
But first,
we do have storms to contend with, but we also have some warm and humid conditions, especially going on 4th of July. We'll break down how hot it'll actually feel and whether precipitation will hold off for your evening fireworks. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Starting now, celebrate quality and comfort with the Made in America sale at Wesco Home. Shop trusted American brands like Smith Brothers, Lazy Boy, England, Best, Door County, and Superior Furniture, all at unbeatable prices.
Right now, save on all in-stock pieces made with quality you can feel. Don't see the perfect item in stock? Save up to 30% on custom orders. Built to last, made to order, crafted with pride in the USA. Your home, your style, your savings, your Wesco. Tell them Peyton sent you.
I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well. It's a little pill with a big story to tell. I take once daily, Jardiance, at each day start. As time went on, it was easy to see I'm lowering my A1C.
And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death too.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine, which can be fatal. Stop Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, trouble breathing, or increased ketones. Jardiance may cause dehydration that can suddenly worsen kidney function and make you feel dizzy, lightheaded, or weak upon standing. Genital yeast infections in men and women, urinary tract infections, low blood sugar, or a rare life-threatening bacterial infection between and around the anus and genitals can occur. Call your doctor right away if you have fever or feel weak or tired and pain, tenderness, swelling, or redness in the genital area. Don't use if allergic to Jardiance. Stop use if you have a serious allergic reaction. Call your doctor if you have rash, swelling, difficulty breathing, or swallowing. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
Jardiance is really swell, the little pill with a big story to tell.
I did know that back pain, foot pain come along with the job of waiting tables, but since getting the arch supports from the Good Feet store, I have had no pain. I'm more positive. It's like opening up a whole new life, like sunshine coming out.
See how we can help you too at the Good Feet store.
Jolivet Family Farms Homegrown Goodness. Stop by today for some homegrown raspberries available in the market. Check for availability. Come see all that we have. Kohlrabi, onions, baby red potatoes, carrots, popcorn, and so much more. Find distinctive crafts and decor. Take home some cookies, breads, bars, or pies from our homemade bakery. There is no substitute for homegrown freshness. Open daily year-round. Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
Yeah, we're definitely going to deal with the heat and humidity here for at least Friday and maybe even into Saturday for some areas. Nothing oppressive, but still, if you're outside, definitely going to stay hydrated. And the evening fireworks are definitely going to be a muggy one. We still got some storms this evening in a few areas. Most areas will remain dry. Tomorrow, the boundary kind of sits right over us again. So afternoon to evening thunderstorms are once again, I think the chance is a little better tomorrow afternoon, especially tomorrow evening for a brief amount of time. Then it's just warm and muggy. Basically, we get under this warm air mass that's staying here for about the 4th and to the 5th before we have a cold front that'll come through. If you want some really refreshing temperatures too, just wait till next Monday. We'll see those temperatures in a minute here. Otherwise, the activity here is northeast Iowa, Rochester down to Decorah, probably towards Prairie du Chien. That area is the focus. There's a little bit of activity just north of Ladysmith. That could be a few showers too. I don't see too much of that holding on. It's really this activity here that'll keep going probably until about sunset and then begin to diminish. So it's just a very narrow line. I think La Crosse will stay just northeast of it to escape some of this activity. Otherwise, it'll be quiet after about 9:30, 10 the rest of the night, not being a lot of activity. Waking up tomorrow morning should be some sunshine, a few little scattered sprinkles. You can see stuff tries to develop here, not too much. And then it's really not until the afternoon time frame. The winds start picking up to the south. We got a little bit of a boundary sitting right here. You can see the winds coming up from the south and then turning. That's where you're going to start seeing a little bit of activity developing probably in the afternoon, scattered or isolated. It picks up a little bit, and then that area right here that's been remaining there, it's actually going to sit there for a while overnight and through the day. That's where we're going to see some thunderstorms begin to develop too. This area may get a little better organized as we go to 6 and across the area. It could impact La Crosse and south by 7, then push further southeast. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, but we're looking about maybe a 5 to 7 p.m. time frame for La Crosse to see if that activity develops. It would push through, and that seems to be good. Now, some of these storms could be strong. We've actually seen some of those in northeast Wisconsin produce some hail and even gusty winds over 50. That's a possibility too tomorrow, especially towards that evening when they kind of organize a little better too. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Not widespread severe, but there is that possibility out there. Highs tomorrow, upper 80s to near 90 with that south wind. The bigger difference from today and tomorrow will be the humidity starts coming up a little bit too. And then Friday, it's just going to be warm and humid. We've got low 90s, southwest wind picking up. The good news is it's remaining dry. The atmosphere, as we call it, it's going to be capped. Now, this activity here is the stuff that will go on Thursday evening. That pushes across, then begins to lift north. Thursday night still could be some activity further north of the area, but then Friday, pretty clear and good. And then Friday night, even clear and good. That front stays back there. It's been delayed a little bit, so it's more Saturday coming through than Friday night. So evening, warm and muggy. Overnight, it's still going to be warm and still muggy, just getting down to the 70s, but it should remain dry for most areas all the way through Saturday morning. That's the heat index at about 7 to 8 p.m. So it gives you an idea. We're able to stay hydrated even during the evening hour. And Saturday, the temperatures still are going to remain somewhat warm and muggy, but they will come down a little bit. And if you want the refreshing temperatures, as I mentioned, look at Sunday and Monday. And Monday, 80. There'll be some 70s probably in some of the areas. And it'll be pretty nice going into next week with pretty seasonable conditions and minor rain chances going on. So definitely prepared for some warm and humid conditions for Riverfest. Stay hydrated, especially Friday into Saturday.
All right. Thanks, Greg. Coming up next in sports, the Brewers with a doubleheader against the Mets after a rainout yesterday. Plus, the return of Brandon Woodruff is on the horizon when fans can expect to see him toe the rubber. Next.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
All the financial benefits are awesome. And then on top of that, it's green energy.
We have project managers that will walk you through the process, keep you informed along the way, and make sure that the communication is the best that it can be.
The 30% solar tax credit could end in 2025. If you want to install solar on your residential or commercial property and receive this tax credit, call 608-780-2347 to get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy today.
To everyone who finds joy in a great meal, we can't wait to see you again at Culver's.
What makes us happy is making you happy.
We want every meal
to be filled with big bite moments.
Lick the spoon moments.
And even get your hands off my cheese curds moments.
They're just too good to share. From the juiciest bites to the sweetest scoops.
We're all about bringing people together
over delicious food.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious!
Yeah!
Red, white, and new. It's time to refresh your space for less at the King Furniture Pre-4th of July Savings Event. Save up to 50% on an entire room of beautiful new furniture. Living rooms, bedrooms, dining, you name it. Find mattress closeout deals on overstocked inventory and special factory closeout Lazy Boy recliners at prices too good to sit out. Plus, when you trade in your old furniture, get a discount on new. We'll even deliver in Holloway for free. It's the King Furniture Pre-4th of July Savings Event going on now.
It's time to find great summer values at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. We have everything you need to get out and celebrate the season at unbeatable Farm and Fleet prices. Like men's work and sport pocket tees, $10.99. Select Beyond Breeze high velocity fans, $34.99. New at Blaine's, Royal Oak supersized charcoal briquettes, buy one, get one half price. Plus, now through Sunday, we're thanking all first responders and healthcare workers with an extra 10% off their entire purchase. Blaine's Farm and Fleet, be an original. Well, today marked the first meeting for the Brewers with the team that ended their season in heartbreaking fashion a season ago. Milwaukee and New York playing 2 today because of rain yesterday. And how about the start for the Crew in this one? On the second pitch of the game, Sal Frelick gets a fastball right down Broadway and cranks it deep and gone to put the away side on top. Mets would take the lead, but then in the 6th, Bryce Terang jumps on the first pitch from Reed Garrett, who just entered the game. That rattles around in the corner and left, and Christian Yelich scores easily from first to tie things up at 2. Later in the frame, bases loaded for Joey Ortiz, and the Brewers shortstop crushes one into the seats in left field for his first career grand slam. Gotta feel good for Ortiz, as he was just 1 for 15 this season with the bases loaded. Then how about the day for this guy, Isaac Collins, just a triple shy of the cycle for him. Brewers take game 1, 7-2.
When you get a little momentum of winning game 1, you know, that you can look at it 2 ways. Guys kind of go, okay, I did my job. No, your day's not over yet. So, you know, you got to kind of try to keep that uncommon edge, if you will, that, that you know, contributes to the team somehow.
And game 2 of the doubleheader just kicked off and still scoreless there. Meanwhile, the Twins and Marlins tied at 1 in the 3rd inning of that game 2 of that series. Minnesota trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. And earlier today, Pat Murphy telling reporters that Brandon Woodruff is expected to make his season debut against the Marlins this coming Sunday in Miami, the same place he pitched his last MLB game 648 days ago. Woodruff had
shoulder surgery on October 13th, 2023, then tweaked his ankle and got a liner back at his elbow in recent rehab starts. And while he thought he might be getting paid this offseason, it's been nothing but trouble for Malik Beasley, the former Bucks guard, first being investigated for sports betting allegations, and then news dropped yesterday that he is being sued by his former marketing agency for a breach of contract where he failed to pay back a $650,000 advance. His contract talks with the Pistons have paused, so we'll see what happens there. Be smart with your money, people. But I'm looking forward to seeing Brandon Woodruff again. That is going to be exciting.
Oh my gosh, he's had such terrible luck with the injury recovery. I just hope the next week goes by smoothly.
Hope it's still good.
Yes.
I need to learn who this guy is.
Yes.
We'll show you some video.
We'll get some highlights.
Thanks, Jacob.
All right, Greg has a final look at your forecast right after this.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
Look, a perfect sandwich symphony. Nothing could be better. Okay, it just got better.
Mix and match a Quarter Pounder with cheese, a Big Mac, or other favorites. Get any two for $7.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Dutch Boy. It's only paint. It's only paint that goes on easy with a super smooth finish. It's only paint that will help you become TV's hottest writer, where one day you'll meet this guy who starred in that thing. So yeah, it's only paint. Only durable, dependable, change your life Dutch Boy paint.
Shop Wisconsin's best deals at Black River Furniture Outlet. Find unbeatable prices on sectionals, big or small, to fit every home. Great savings on Ashley sofas and love seats. Style and comfort at a price you'll love. Check out our wide selection of reclining and power furniture, plus custom options from Best Home Furnishings. Experience top-tier comfort with Catnapper Furniture. The relaxation is key. Black River Furniture Outlet, your upholstery headquarters. Family values, veteran-owned, and no corporate hassle. Open 7 days a week in Black River Falls, Wisconsin.
Well, there's your thunderstorms for this evening. Although they are southwest of La Crosse, just keep an eye still for a couple hours because outflows from these storms can produce more activity closer. But for so far, looking pretty good. More storms tomorrow and really going to be warm and humid come July 4th.
All right, a lot of water bottles then.
Yeah, definitely going to need it.
For sure. Thanks for joining us tonight at 6.
And these guys will see you at 10.
Wow.